All right, now we're about to talk about this Trump session, this Trump trade war, and these Trump tariffs because we're barreling to this Trump session, all because of who? Trump. And we have to say Trump session, Trump trade war. We have to say Trump tariffs. We have to make sure we brand this Trump. It's going to be the greatest Trump session ever. Lisa Jacoby says, so let me get this straight. The stock market is to crash on Monday, similar to Black Monday, 1987. Great, just effing great. Thanks, Obama. If you remember, everything was Obama's fault. The Heather Ashley says, Red Monday, MAGA Monday. Call it what it is. And then Lisa says, ooh, good one. But I'm just labeling everything Trump tariffs, Trump trade war, Trump session. We gotta put the labels on there. So let's talk about what's about to get more expensive. Yay! Trump imposed sweeping tariffs on dozens of countries this week, and that will result in significant price shocks to U.S. consumers. Economists and analysts say everything from clothes to iPhones to homes to cars could be impacted, not to mention retirement accounts as a result of the meltdown in the stock market. So what are the 6 things that are going up? Groceries. We can't avoid groceries. I said afford, but that's true too. That's where we are in this timeline. Thanks, Obama. All right, it says the high price of eggs was a salient issue during the presidential election. And Trump said he would bring down prices on day 1 of his presidency. With the announced tariffs, not only will prices not drop, but the cost of many other perishable groceries will likely increase before the end of the month, experts say. Around 15% of the U.S. overall food supply is imported. Prices for produce like avocados, eggs, grapes, and melons are all expected to rise, as are the prices for items including beef, cheese, chocolate, coffee, olive oil, seafood, and more. Fresh produce is expected to see a higher increase. So this is going to be amazing, y'all. And I'm not laughing because this is funny. This is resigned laughter. Cars. Even without Trump's tariffs, car prices have spiraled so high as to be unaffordable for many. The average car price for a new car hit $49,500 in Q1 of 2025. Meanwhile, new vehicles priced under $30,000 accounted for just 13% of inventory, compared to 37%. With tariffs, the average list price could increase by over $3,300 to approximately $52,800, according to Car Guru's analysis. Meanwhile, the share of listings priced under $30,000 would decline even more, while vehicles priced above $50,000 would increase by 15%. And the crazy thing, the amazing thing, car parts are going to go up, which also means that our insurance is probably going to go up too. Gotta love that, because you could avoid buying a car, maybe, but you can't avoid your car insurance. I couldn't care less if they raise prices because Americans are going to start buying American cars, Trump told NBC News' Kristen Welker last week. Even used cars aren't immune. The tariffs will likely increase repair costs because many components are sourced from other countries. You're not going to be able to avoid this, even if you have an old car that you're trying to hang on to, because if you need to get it fixed, if you have a car accident, those prices are going up too. Homes, already historically expensive, priced out of reach for many buyers, would rise dramatically under universal tariffs. Builders estimate the average home cost could increase by $9,200, according to a March 2025 National Association of Home Builders and Housing Market Index. Yay. So regardless, though, who's really thinking about buying a house unless you're one of the rich? Poors and the regulars are just sitting idly by, just trying to make sure that we survive, not thinking about buying a house. Who's going to buy a house right now? Clothing. The tariffs disproportionately affect clothing and textile, with apparel prices rising 17% under all tariffs. Leather products and apparel are expected to increase 18.3% and 16.9%, respectively, overall. So, if you're an adult and you can avoid buying clothes, if you stay pretty much the same weight and the same build, great. If you have kids that are growing kids, you're going to have to buy some clothes. You better do that right now for summer and winter. You might as well just go buy the stuff if you can. Alcohol, you can kind of avoid alcohol. I can avoid alcohol. Can you? Let me know in the comments. We might all need a sip of something with all this going on. All right. Booze prices are likely to increase since the U.S. imports large amounts of wine from countries in the European Union, Australia, and New Zealand. It also imports beer from Canada, Mexico, and Europe. Number 6, iPhones and other technology. Apple produces most iPhones in China, according to Wedbush analyst Dave Ives. The reciprocal tariff placed on the countries will send the cost skyrocketing by as much as 43%, according to analysts. Other Apple products, including iPads, Apple Watches, and AirPods, will face similar increases. Apple isn't the only tech company that will be hit hard. Most rely on products from countries like Taiwan, Vietnam, and China. Those countries have been hit with tariffs of 32%, 34%, and 46% respectively. These Trump tariffs could hurt Republicans. It's supposed to be a terrible day tomorrow. We're definitely going to be watching that. But this could hurt people, and these people could turn out in the midterms because of it. Vulnerable House Republicans are being put on defense amid the fallout from President Trump's sweeping global tariffs, which have stoked uncertainty about the economy. Members of the party insist that short-term pain will be outweighed by the long-term benefits of the move, which Trump says is meant to usher in a new era of American prosperity. But some Republicans in swing districts are already being pressed about the tariffs, raising concerns among some in the party that Trump's moves could haunt them into next year. Yes, and I really hope that they do. I really hope that Democrats are smart enough to just replay all of this over and over in ads. There's going to be a point here, if this goes on too long, that it will solidify in people's minds. And even if it starts to ease, even almost close to parity, that there's the real danger here for Republicans, one GOP strategist said. And by the way, if there's short-term pain and inflation exists in November of next year, Republicans are going to get wiped out. Markets took a nosedive Thursday following Trump's announcement of a general 10% tariff on goods imported to the United States, along with other targeted tariffs on various U.S. trading partners. The financial environment was not much better Friday when the Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 2,200 points and the S&P 500, it dropped 10% over the course of 2 days. The tariffs have a little bit of dissension going on in the White House between Leon Scum and Trump. So Leon Scum does not want these tariffs because obviously these tariffs are hurting Tesla. You heard Tesla. You playing with my money. You playing with my money, Smokey. You play with my money. You play with my emotions. Trump trade advisor Peter Navarro denied Sunday he's feuding with billionaire Leon Scum over Trump's sweeping tariffs after the billionaire attacked Navarro on X for defending them, as Scum, normally Trump's top public cheerleader, has stayed notably silent on Trump's trade agenda and its debilitating impact on the stock market. And here we see this picture of Leon Scum wearing this hat that says Trump was right about everything. It's so appropriate that Forbes used this picture right here. I'm not going to do this whole article, but I did want to jump to this part right here. The billionaire also responded, yup, to a post quoting economist Thomas Sowell, which said, in every disaster throughout American history, there always seems to be a man from Harvard in the middle of it. And Thomas Sowell is not a fan of these Trump tariffs. He's not a fan at all. Tomorrow's going to be another jacked up day. Markets brace for another volatile week as Trump's most punitive tariffs kick in. Stock indices plunged nearly $5 trillion last week, with markets in the UK and the US experiencing losses not seen since the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic. And this is man-made. This is all because of Trump and his decision-making. I will admit that I am no economist, but we're going to look at this graph to end this video. Global markets have continued to fall after U.S. tariff announcement. And so we see Germany in green, it goes, we got China in this burgundy color, it goes, okay, just down just a little bit. We see this blue line, which is the United States, is going down, it's going up, and it's going, so what's it going to do tomorrow? Are we going to continue to plunge to Satan's pantry or underneath Satan's balls? We will see tomorrow. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.